It's James Woods, aka that yoga dude. But feel free to feel free and welcome. Today we're talking about something that is something that I'm still dealing with, but something that I always get asked about from students, from kids, from parents themselves. Talking about anxiety. All right. Anxiety is something that I've been dealing with my whole life. Most of us have. It took me a long time even to be able to acknowledge it as anxiety. Like, yo, this is what I'm feeling right now. But I started understanding it more as I began working with kids and families, and they started talking about how much anxiety has been impacting their life. I was at a school last week and talking to some students, and I said, "Hey, what is the number one thing you want to help me? You want me to help you with all this yoga stuff?" Hands jumped up. Anxiety. So kids they know what it is, they know what they're experiencing, and they need help with it. So we're going to go over some things that can help you and your kids with some anxiety today. All right. Anxiety is definitely something that so many people struggle with. And as a person who is going through my own process of dealing with anxiety and being that yoga dude, it has been something that I didn't even know what it looked like as a kid or experience it. So y'all see the little cute boy right there. Look at them cheeks and that suit. I don't know what kind of material that is, but it looked like static. And I know we all had those laser beams in the background for our pictures as well. Looked like an episode of Star Wars or G.I. Joe in the background. But beyond the look of the background and the handsome young face, we're looking at a young man who's anxious, and his anxiety played out as anger and frustration, quiet shutting down. Anxiety looks a whole lot of different ways for a whole lot of different people, especially in children who aren't aware of what's going on. It can be expressed as them not eating or overeating. It can be expressed as them avoiding. It can be expressed as them acting out in class, not being able to sit down, always needing a device, always needing some external stimulation because the internal stimulation is doing too much for them. All right. So, one of the biggest things that I had to do when working with youth is understand really what anxiety is. I remember growing up, it was just, oh, my nerves is bad. He got bad nerves. He over there doing that, or he bad, or he's doing something. His behavior is just something based on who he is, not on the anxiety that he was experiencing or she is experiencing. So the CDC talks about anxiety as being very afraid when away from parents, a separation anxiety. You ever see those kids just holding on to their parent, can't let a parent go out of their sight because they're scared? Now we know traumas happen and things happen where these anxieties come up. And that's a whole nother episode talking about the traumas and the experiences that we all go through that cause us anxiety. But today we're just going to talk about things that can help us to deal with the feelings and the thoughts of anxiety, having some extreme fears, being very afraid of school and other places where there are people. Ooh, I've seen a lot of youth just separate themselves from other students. You see the kids in the hoodie on all day, just don't want to be seen and don't want to see anybody else, and then generalized anxiety. Kids just munching away on their fingertips, on their fingernails, having issues with their health so they can go to the doctor because they're scared something is wrong with them. They feel these physical symptoms of their anxiety. It's so much that we can dive into with anxiety. I just want to give you some quick tools today to help you and your child deal with anxiety. All right. So, first thing is educate. I like to use the example of a backpack. So, you are not your anxiety. I always let them know you're not your anxiety. You have anxiety, you experience anxiety. It's something that you're going through, but it's not you. Making sure that they understand that they are separate from the symptoms and they are separate from the experiences of the emotions of anxiety. And I like to make them think of it as a backpack. All right. So you all got backpacks or you have some kind of device, whatever to carry your stuff. You carry that backpack around. And then when it's time to put it down in the class, when it's time to put it down at home, you let it go. What's in that backpack? The experiences that you had at class, the experiences that you had at home. You got your lunch from home, you got your homework from school, you have all these things that that you're carrying around with you in this backpack. That backpack can be stressful in your back. That backpack can slow you down when you're running. That backpack can slow you down when you're just trying to walk to school or walk to. You have to think about that backpack and where did I put my backpack? Do I have everything I need in my backpack? This backpack is something that stays in your mind. So I like to remind them that your anxiety is like your backpack. You can put it down. You can separate yourself from it. You can allow it to be where it is. Now you know what's in your backpack. You know it's your backpack. You know that that backpack is full of stuff that you've experienced, but it is not you. It's something that you are going through. It's something that you're experiencing. So you're not just always going to be, I'm a nervous person. I'm an anxious person. That's just me. No, you have these symptoms. You have this thing that you're going through, this anxiety that you have, and it's all right. It's all right. We're going to teach you how to take that backpack, those emotions, those thoughts, those feelings, and set it down sometimes. When you get in the classroom, set it down. When you get at home, set it down. When you're in a social setting, just set that anxiety aside. You can keep an eye on it because you don't want anybody to take whatever's in your backpack, right? Because it's ours and this is who we are. But you let it go for a second. You can even throw it off of one shoulder and put it on your ground and be like one of the cool kids and just hold it with one hand, whatever. But just acknowledge and think about how your anxiety is separate from you. And then you can start moving around with these different tools and techniques that we can go into right now. All right. So let them know that the anxiety is like a backpack, like a folder, something that is not them, but something that they may be carrying around. And then they have some options to do what they need to free themselves of anxiety. So they can just throw that backpack away and run free and just feel good. All right. One of the biggest things for me is yoga. 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 The A got cut off there. But yoga, of course, I'm not yoga. Don't talk about yoga. My experience with yoga has helped me to really even be aware that, oh, yo, you're anxious. This is how your body responds to anxiety. This is how your mind causes your behaviors around anxiety, because yoga helps me to slow down, be thoughtful, be mindful, be in the moment. And it helps me to take that backpack off just for those times that I'm in practice. So then when I pick the backpack on off the mat in regular life, I'm like, all right, I'm anxious because I wasn't like this before. So yoga is moving and breathing to help our bodies and minds. And kids need to move their bodies, right? And their minds are always looking for things to do. So why don't you give them something healthy in a way that can use their bodies? Their bodies is a tool that's full of energy. A lot of times that anxious energy, or sometimes that anxiety brings their energy down. But yoga is a tool that can help them put all that energy, all that motion in a way that's going to actually feed back into them and help them to calm down. All right. So the more they move, the more they breathe, the more they focus, the more they can slowly start to put that backpack where they need to and really get into their body instead of always have to run around, have to avoid whatever they're trying to avoid that's strapped to their back. It gives them a place of peace. It gives them a place of relaxation and calm and focus. And it helps them to see, oh, wow, my body and my mind are connected. And then my emotions are there too. I feel better. I don't feel as anxious when I'm doing this because our minds are always busy, always running, always thinking. Anxiety is all about what are we thinking is going to happen in the future? What is going to affect us? What is going to come back? What is going to harm us? What is going to make us feel uncomfortable? But when we sit ourselves in that yoga position and we deal with whatever we think about is coming, but then it doesn't happen because we're sitting there and we're breathing and relaxing, we're calming down, and we're feeling good within our bodies. And we get an understanding of, wow, okay, our mind is constantly bringing up these anxious thoughts, but I don't have to act. I don't have to respond to it. My body doesn't have to always ball up and get tense. I get to put my backpack down over there just for the moment. So it just gives your mind and your body something healthy and relaxing to do so you can understand, hey, this is what it's like to feel good instead of feeling anxious all the time. Kids yoga is amazing. We put a link to some more videos that you can check out the kids yoga. there in the description. So just check out those videos with your child, and you can let your child check them out with themselves, see what works for them, what poses, what postures help them to feel the most calm and relaxed and to set that backpack down. And yoga is a great tool that we like to put within a structure in a safe space. Anxiety, a lot of times, can make us feel like we're not safe. So we're always thinking ahead, thinking how we can get to a place of safety, emotionally, physically, mentally. What can I say to make sure that everyone leaves me alone? How can I dress? How can I look? How can I make my situation as safe as possible to control everything? That's the anxiety kicking in. So we want to help them have a structured, safe space, not overly structured. We want to make them, we want them to understand that, hey, yoga is a part of your life. Being able to have a space to talk about your anxiety is a part of your life. Being able to have a safe space to put your backpack, basically, all that backpack full of anxiety in the situations, you can at least put it down here, whether it's in a yoga class, whether it's in a conversation with you as the parent, or some videos that help them to calm down and relax. This is a safe space, and they know when they're coming to that space. Now, we don't want to make it over structured where they're, oh, if that isn't just like this, then I'm going to pass out. And it's just helping them to understand that they can create that safe space within themselves. So yoga is all about them using their breathing, using their body to say, hey, this is a safe space and I can come here anytime. Anytime I feel a little low, I can do some yoga moves and I can feel better and I can feel calm and relaxed. I know I have a place to go to. A lot of anxiety is just from, I don't know where I'm going to live. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know where my next meal is coming from. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble, if I'm doing the right thing. I don't know if I'm enough right now. But if we can help them build a structure around the practice of yoga, them doing it at least 3 times a week, maybe once a week. Hey, this is a safe space. I know it's coming up. I know I can be there and let my anxiety go. So when you go home and you take off your shoes, you might just throw them off, right? And then when you go to pick them up and go outside and play, you're like, oh, where are my shoes? You're panicking. You're thinking, I'm going to miss everything. I got to hurry up. I don't want to get left behind. But if you had a structured place to put your things, like your safety, like your calm, like your relaxation, like once a week doing some yoga, then you won't be as anxious looking for your shoes, looking for your backpack when it's time to go. All right. That's why it's important to have your yoga and breathing tools handy by using them. And before you like do certain things, you can implement your yoga skills. You can do a stretch before you get in the shower. You can do a stretch before you go to bed. You can do a stretch as you wake up. So now you have that structure. Oh, okay, I'm waking up, so this is what I do. I'm going to sleep, so this is what I do. I'm sitting down to watch movies and TV for the day, so this is what I do. So having those little ways to structure your day around creating safe places helps the kids to understand I am safe and I can put my anxiety down. I can put my shoes down. I can put my stress down. It'll be there. I know it'll be there, but I know at least I'm creating a safe space for myself while I'm not anxious right now using these tools and these practices. And one of the biggest tools and practices I use, my slides are all cut off today. I was anxious. It's affirmations. All right. So anxiety is your thoughts telling you how things can possibly be wrong and how things are going to go if you don't do this or if you don't do that. So affirmations just help your mind to calm down and relax and say, hey, you know what, this is a maybe situation. This is a situation that you're thinking, but this is what's going on now. This is who you are now. So I want you with your children to write down some positive affirmations. I know we're scared of what's going to happen in school. I know we're scared of what's going to happen outside. I know we're scared of all these different situations. But let's write down who we are right now. So when our mind starts going there, we can come back here to the present moment. The present is the worst enemy to your anxiety, all right? Because the present moment is usually like, oh, okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. But our mind goes to the next moment of, you're gonna die. So if we can constantly bring ourselves to the I'm okay right now moment, those I'm gonna die moments start to get a little smaller, starts to shrink. All right. So one of the affirmations that I like to use for myself is I am enough. Yes, I'm enough. Because a lot of times my anxiety makes me think I'm not going to be enough for the things that are coming towards me. I'm not going to be enough for the next class I have to go to. I'm not going to be enough for the next situation. I'm not going to be enough for whatever's coming my way because it's going to be being able to come back to myself like you're enough, James. Whatever coming your way, you got it. I am enough. And another one I like to use is I am strong. I got it. I'm powerful. I'm strong. I'm strong enough to handle whatever's coming my way. And then I like to use I am loved. Ooh, love can do some serious damage to anxiety. Sometimes I have to borrow love from my mom, from my dad, from those who love me to defend myself against my own anxiety. Like, okay, I know this is going to happen. I know these things are coming up, but at least I know I'm loved in a way where if these things actually do happen, I have support, I have guidance, I have this help and all these things that help me get through it. So I got love. And having that love is taking me a long way. Affirmations, write them down, repeat them, stare in the mirror as a child is brushing their teeth before you go outside. Look in the mirror. Did you say your affirmation today? Reprogramming your mind to not be so focused on anxiety, but to focus on you being enough, you being strong, and you being loved right here, right now, in the present is yours. And for us to be able to share with our children, we got to model it. My dad taught me how to tie a tie. I saw him get into marriage, the whole TV thing and everything. Very fortunate. I saw him tying a tie. He modeled that behavior. A lot of my behaviors are modeled from my dad, from my parents in general. So as parents, we have to model the behaviors of managing and dealing with our anxiety. So when the anxiety wins, which it does a lot of the times, being able to recognize and check in and sometimes apologize to our kids of like, hey, that was just my anxiety. I didn't mean to snap. I didn't mean to go off on you. That was just me going through some stuff. Being able to calm yourself down, being able to relax, being able to check in, being able to go through these skills we just went through, being able to recognize when you take off your backpack, your purse, your wallet, and set it down. And what kind of spaces and places help you to do that? Your kids need to see you relaxed and calm. They need to see how you can go from anxious to relax, calm, and focus, how you can create safe spaces for yourself. They're looking at everything you do. They need to see it in the classroom. They need to see it at home. They need to see how to manage anxiety. And if you don't know how to manage your own anxiety, I want you to take a breath, relax, refresh, and recharge. Deep breathing helps you to take off that backpack. Your body needs oxygen to get stuff done, think clear, and feel good. So our kids need to understand this. I need the oxygen to help my body, my mind kick in so I'm able to not let that anxiety win. Just calming down, relaxing, allowing ourselves to chill. Because our anxiety robs us of our oxygen. It robs us of our oxygen because our thoughts make us think we need more, we got to do more. Our body going to our overdrive, our parasympathetic nervous system, like we need more oxygen because we might be able to run, we might have to fight, we might have to do these things. Oxygen here, 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 robbing our oxygen from the places that help us feel calm and centered. We're going to take a couple of breaths. All right. So if your child is there with you, go ahead and bring them close and let them relax their shoulders as you do yours. We're just going to take 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose, telling our mind and our body that we're okay. We're strong. We're enough. We're loved. On the count of 3, we start. 1, 2, 3. Let's take a deep inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Mm-mm-mm. Awesome. Hoping you're feeling better. Hoping you feel more relaxed. We got more videos and stuff. If you don't know where you can check out how to relax and release. So we'll send you more videos and links. And we, of course, have a course that can help you go even deeper. This is just a sample, just a taste of the tools that we use to help kids get calmer, help them to focus more, get rid of that anxiety, put that backpack down and leave it there. And then help the kids make better decisions when they don't have a backpack full of stress and anxiety walking around, holding them down. They can think clear and make those decisions that are going to change their lives. So click the link in the description to find out more about our 7-week online guided course for kids, all about helping them to use yoga, mindfulness, and meditation to just deal with those anxieties and help them to connect, be calm, and just be the kid that you know they can be. So just a couple of people to share about the program. So we had some people talking about the program. They wanted to share about the 7-week online yoga course. People just sharing how it really helped them to connect with kids and how the interactive and guided program helps kids to calm down, relax, keep engaged, keep focused, and really feel good within their bodies. And that shows up in school and that shows up in home. Then we have our Yelling and Yoga program for you as a parent, as an educator. It's all about modeling. You're stressed out, you need some help, you need to calm down and deal with your anxiety. We're going to take you through a course as well. Join a community of folks who are relaxing, finding time for themselves, getting some self-care time to balance out the work, the family, the children, just life, and to build a routine of daily wellness. I know you started, I know you tried things before and you fell off. We're going to keep you going to build a daily routine of wellness. That's going to help you to improve that relationship with your child, with your coworkers, with your spouse, with yourself, so you can reconnect, really understand what it is in who you are. Get connected to yourself. All right. So we have this course. You can click here to apply. We'll send the links for all this information here. We want to get back to helping the kids to increase their engagement, helping the staff and the parents. They're just not be so burnt out, improving the interactions. We want more love and wellness. And we want to decrease those negative behaviors, the tantrums, the outbursts, the fighting, the detention, the suspension. Why are you all doing that? Probably because you're anxious. And we want to help you deal with that. We want to help you let go of that anxiety, put that backpack down. So join us over this 7-week course to learn how we can do that. We have more tips and tools. As I said, I'll send the links and everything in the description so you can share more of our yoga classes and our mindfulness and meditation class and just have a good time with us. So in yoga, we always say the word namaste. The word namaste means the real in me, the love, the light, the peace, the calm, also season in you. So as always, feel free to feel free and namaste. Peace, peace. Thank y'all so much.